Hi guys, it's me Rob. Welcome back for another restoration video. This time I attempt to take this Matchbox number 3 Porsche 911 Turbo from shabby to shiny. Now this Porsche 911 to me is probably the best shape 911 ever. So let's start with drilling out the posts, tapping them using a bit of 3-in-1 oil, and there we are with the rivets removed, replaced by screws. In a lovely brown colour. I don't know why anybody would want to own a brown Porsche 911 Turbo, but I guess this was the late 70s and going into the 80s. Some nice detail. Obviously being the turbo model with the really cool kind of wow tail spoiler. But as you could see, it had the tow hook. I've never seen a Porsche 911 tow a caravan. Now I want to take the paint off of this base, so the wheels are going to have to be removed. Interior was nice, just needed like a little clean. In future I'm going to have a look at maybe painting some interiors. Any advice appreciated. Windscreen, no cracks, no deep scratches, bit of a clean and polish. And then the actual car itself, so there you can see, having drilled the posts and then filed down the tops so that the base fits nice and easy. Now with the wheels removed, I've cleaned up the centres so that the axles will fit nice and easy towards the end of the video and the refit. But putting the wheels to one side, the interior and glass to one side, let's get to taking the paint off. Now my wife bought me my own kettle for my little area here because she was sick of trying to find the kettle whenever she wanted a cup of tea. So I used the caustic soda method, and after about a minute within the boiling water and a couple of teaspoons of caustic soda, you can see the paint just falls off. Going over the casting with a bit of wire wool, comes up looking nice and shiny. But let's take off this tow hook here, and there you are, just with my little hobby tool, my fake Dremel, drilled it off and then sanded it down nice and flat so it didn't look like it ever had one. Coat of primer. These were never primed, so I'm told, from the factory, but you know, whether you put 1 coat, 2 coat, 3 coats, I think this is going to be better than no coats. I forgot my glove there. So with my glove, making sure I don't have to scrub my hands too much, I can now finish off with the primer. And with that to one side to dry, using the sugar soap to soak into the plastic, and with my wife's toothbrush just buff everything up. So the glass come out okay, still with some light scratches, so with some car polish, just go at it for a couple of minutes. And then for the first time I've had my Pledge Revive It delivered from America, the good old US of A. Cost me an absolute bloody fortune because we don't get it here in the UK, but give it a little dip, and I do tap it off on a bit of kitchen towel, so there's no excess kind of build up, and then left it overnight to dry. And with my liquid chrome pen, just detailed up the wheels here. Some of the comments have been, maybe how to improve my methods, but these wheels come out very good. Now, I started with a nice gloss red for this car. I say I started because it didn't finish in red, so you'll have to bear with me. Started out with some very light coats and finished off with 4 to 5 coats, but there's a big but with this one. I could start by this point feeling that the airbrush or the paint just wasn't going through as I'm used to. And then after the final coat, you can see here, awful. Pitting all over the car. Couldn't understand it. It's the first time it's happened, honestly. But took the paint off, and it actually come out worse the second time round. And then I managed to run my red out. So, putting it to my friends, they suggested I paint the car in a dark grey. I didn't want black because if you've seen Time Rider's recent video, he painted it in black, done an absolute amazing job. But I wanted to do something slightly different. Dark grey it is. So again, slight change with this one. Just started off with the doors open, tried to get into the gaps, and then, with 3 or 4 coats. Now that it has dried, I've taped off the little areas here, the front and rear bumper, plus the rear spoiler. And now I've added some colour detail in the rear lights and front lights. This has probably been the most detailed job that I've done on a casting so far. And I've also seen people now use this pledge as a lacquer. I put it through my airbrush and sprayed it on. I went quite thick. I should have done it probably less thick, but the results are still pretty good. You can also see the results of the pledge in the window here, where I only put the stuff on the glass, so the middle bit was still dull. And you can also see with the interior there, where I've chopped off the actual tow hook and then painted the last little bit black, and then just glued back in the axles into their original position. So let's go with the reassemble. Glass in first. I don't stick it down, I just place it in and it doesn't seem to move. Interior, which in hindsight might have been nice painted black. Pop the base on. I might have to consider building some little block just in case I put some scratches into the roof as I put it onto my mat there. Last screw. And as a reminder of what she looked like and the result. I'm happy with this one. I'm not 100% happy because there are a few little bits that I wish, well, one, that it was actually red. But I am happy with the grey. There are a few little kind of niggly areas that I wish I'd that kind of reacted better, but you know, it's a learning game. So thanks very much everybody for watching. Join me on the next one. And a little bonus footage, if you've seen my Mustang Wildcat video, I've added a NHRA decal on the side. Looks quite good.